Welcome everyone to this special Let's Play for the month of October. We delve back into Castlevania as we take on Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. We are Drak and Shadow, and we are being joined by someone very special.
It is I, Andrea.
Indeed it is. Now we have a little bit of a narration. During the 15th century Europe, there lived a person named Dracula. He practiced sorcery in order to create a bad world filled with evil and bad stuff. He began taking over the continent of Europe, changing countries from good to bad. The good people of Europe tried to fight off Dracula, but no one was able to survive. Finally, the Belmont family was summoned to battle Dracula's vile forces. The Belmont family has a long history of fighting evil. Like the Power Rangers, but cooler. The townspeople became afraid of the Belmonts' superhuman power and asked them to leave the country. Fortunately, the people found a mighty Belmont called Trevor. Yes, we're not playing as Simon this time around. We're playing as his grandfather, Trevor Belmont. The curse of Dracula has begun. The fate of Europe lies with Trevor. Who will survive? There we go. Now that we've gotten the very over-the-top narration out of it, let's get into this game, shall we? Now, I'm going to warn people in advance. I'm going to be putting a little bit of a code in. Okay? I've seen a lot of LPers do this, so...
Cheater.
Deal with it. Because we want to do this right, and all I'm doing is basically like a Konami code. For people who have played Contra before, I'm just adding more lives. So we can get through a little quicker. And here is our main protagonist, Trevor Belmont. Yes, this is a prequel to the original Castlevania. And it's back to form. No more of that terrible night to have a curse. We're back to Castlevania, baby. And we are glad to be back, and the music is just oh so awesome. In fact, it's kind of appropriate because this is one of the things that gets played in the Video Games Live Castlevania medley. So Alex would appreciate that.
Yes.
This is actually a really good return to form. And if you can't... Now, I'm going to warn people also in advance. This is an emulator. There are many reasons why I had to do an emulator this time around, but I don't actually think it looks that bad compared to the Castlevania emulator I think I used, but then decided against when we did the first one.
So you had to find most of these on an emulator?
This one I did. I actually have them on Virtual Console on my Wii, but this one I did just because of how complicated this game is, and it is very complicated. This game was very cool back in its day, and Konami showed that they were pushing the NES to its limit, because this was in the latter parts of the NES's life cycle. And yeah, obviously I had to put in the very funny death right there. Adam wasn't thinking.
So what made you decide to use an emulator versus your console?
You will see over the course of this LP, like I said, this is a more complicated game than the first, and even the second, in a way. Like, the second was complicated in the fact it was non-linear. They still, in this game, tried to adopt the non-linear fashion, but improve on it while making it like the original Castlevania, which people liked a lot better. And we will actually come up on one of the bigger changes in a little bit, but obviously, I'm just going to bring this back to Alex. You can obviously tell the pixel art is way better in this game. They really did pull out all the stops for this one. Because now we have stained glass windows, and we'll see even more complex designs as we go later. And now we have other new enemies, too. Some enemies will actually return from Castlevania 2, but Castlevania 2 to that series is kind of like Mario 2 to the Mario series. It doesn't really get referred to all that much. Like, Birdo has survived, but like, some of the bosses from Mario 2 aren't there anymore in Mario Canon.
So you're talking like the Doki Doki Panic.
The
Mario.
Doki Doki Panic ripoff. Our Mario 2, you know, for us stupid Americans. Okay, and so now we're just making our way through this introduction level. And I'm checking around for wall chicken, because why not? Wall chicken is good. One of these times when there's a Castlevania movie, I really do expect McDonald's to do the wall chicken nuggets. Because why not? No! Damn
I take it those must be Medusa heads full.
They are the dreaded Medusa heads. They're back. Oh, they never leave. And I actually had the most powerful sub-weapon in the game, and I lost it. Oh. I got a stupid stopwatch. I wanted the holy water. Because the holy water is not just used for, I don't know, finding false blocks anymore. It actually hurts a lot to dang it! Stop laughing at me, Alex! You do not know my pain!
Oh, laugh and laugh and laugh.
Yes, this is one of those weird concepts that they tried to add as, like, switching platforms. Oh, and there we go.
We made it!
We made it! Yay! And we keep getting hit by Medusa heads. And just like the original Castlevania game, the doors are the checkpoints. From here on in, if you die, that's where you start.
Mummies or zombies?
These are zombies.
Okay.
And one thing that I'd like to point out here, just for the record, you'll kind of notice we're not at a castle. Yes, in this game, unlike the first, but like the second, you start outside the castle. This is technically like the town of Transylvania. This is one of those things that got added to later games that was such a great addition. That you actually have to make your way to the castle, and ooh, wall chicken! Wall chicken! We will all kneel at the altar of the wall chicken.
What, does the wall chicken give you health?
It gives us health back. And they are few and far between in this game. And here's another addition to the arsenal is an upgraded Fleaman. Now they're even more annoying than they were in the first game. These, I think, are... No, they're not new enemies. Uh-oh. We just switched to dirt and ground, and uh-oh, cemetery! No, what does this mean? More zombies. Nope, this is not The Walking Dead, this is just Castlevania. But,
I could think of one reference, but I will keep that to myself.
oh, come on! Come on, state it, Andrea.
Are you sure?
Sure!
They kind of remind me of clickers from Last of Us. I told you!
Remind you of what?
Clickers from The Last of Us.
Okay.
We keep... The Last of Us keeps getting brought up, and
Boss time?
Yes, it's boss time. And this time we actually have some kind of intimidating bosses. This guy, not so much, but, you know, he's first level boss. And just like the first game, the red orb comes down, we have to claim it. Alright, and here is one of the ways that this game gets complicated. We now have a choice of path. We can go down into a boggy marsh area, or we can go up into what looks like a clock tower. And the paths will change. So, this time around, however, I will be taking the option of the clock tower. Because we now have an interesting new concept added that was later added to other Castlevania games. The clock tower level. And as you can see, we have moving gears in the background, but you can kind of tell this gear right here, this big one, almost looks like it might be a platform. Yes.
Yes, it is a platform.
It is a platform. So at this point, that's where a lot of that's what a lot of people love about the clock tower levels, is that you would have these swirling gears that now add a whole new platforming mechanic to it. And now we just have to make our way up the clock tower, which is not as hard as... It's hard when you're doing it a couple times in a row, but oh well. No. I was hoping to be able to get some more wall chicken, even though I didn't need it. Holy water! Okay, we're keeping this. We're keeping this. This is the most powerful weapon ever.
Holy water, Batman.
Exactly. Hand down the holy shark propellant. So what are you guys thinking of the game so far?
It's nice. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's good.
Is it an improvement from the pain we had to endure this summer with Simon's Quest?
Yes, it's a huge improvement over Simon's Quest.
Yes, it's kind of a return to form. What about you, Andrea?
It is definitely an improvement.
Alright, so, and here's where I was talking about how the clock parts now get used as platforms, because now we have to use them. Whee! Bong! Ow, my ears! Checkpoint. And here's a new enemy, the Rapier Skeleton. Because he's constantly like a musketeer. Ha-ha! And now we are starting to use the clockwork parts as platforms. Because platforming, Alex. Platforming.
Platforming.
Look, we have to keep the gag alive.
If you had to use the Sonic reference here, which level would you think of this being?
Either Metropolis or Scrap Brain.
Metropolis, yeah, because a lot of gears. Here's the part that always makes the clock tower level hard.
Or Mad Gear Zone.
Oh yeah, true. Now we have to deal with the stinking Medusa heads. Now here's the thing: if you're on stairs, they won't knock you off, but damage does occur over time. So it's just better to get out of here as quick as you can. And try in time when the Medusa heads are going to be passing by. Because if you can do that, then you're good as gold. Next checkpoint. It's almost like this clock tower is huge or something. And more moving clockwork platforms. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, okay, good.
So I just noticed there's a timer at the top of the screen. So.
Yes, there was in the first game too.
Oh, yeah, I totally didn't even notice that.
Yes, and the less time that it takes for you to complete the level, that adds to your score.
Is there like a time over?
Yes, you will die.
Okay.
But here's the thing. The timer is extremely generous. I mean, really, really, really generous. So it gives you plenty of time to complete the level. So, like, speedrunners, they get... I've actually seen some speedrunners just get endless extra lives off the timer. And this does run off of a score system. So, if you earn enough points, you get a free man. That's kind of obvious, but I'm just going to point that out. Again, this is not like Simon's Quest. This is more like the original Castlevania and its gameplay. Oh, and it looks like we have hit the top. And thankfully, wall chicken! Yes!
Come here!
Is that what it's really called, is wall chicken?
No, it's called pork chop.
Oh, okay, because I'm like, why would they call it
the
wall
internet has called it wall chicken.
Just because you find it in the wall?
Yep, or in a candle. There's a difference, wall chicken and candle chicken. Oh, boss time. And it looks like we have found the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Not really, but, you know. No! Stop hitting me! Oh, this is gonna cut it really close. Alright, there we go! He's dead! We accomplished level 2!
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, and wait, what? What's going on with him? What? He broke the game! don't you take that one, Alex?
My name is Grant. I dreamed I was turned into a ghost. Please take me with you. My family was killed by Dracula. What will you do? Take him with you or leave him behind?
This was another addition to the gameplay. We will obviously take him with us.
I can help you a lot because I am very fast.
Yeah, I know. The font is really hard to read, right?
Yes.
This is another addition to the game, aside from us breaking the game. So I'd like to introduce everybody to Grant Dynasty. He is part of the Castlevania universe. His family is also, in fact, if you want a historical reference, his family is in reference to the Dynasty clan. They were another clan of Wallachian nobleship in Romania.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually historical. But we actually get to play as Grant in this game. Grant is actually a rarity in the Castlevania universe. He doesn't show up that much, but now we have new gameplay elements. Because he can walk on the ceiling and the walls.
Very nice.
And we will always be given kind of a tutorial level to get you used to the mechanics of the new characters, because Grant is not the only one you get in this game.
What happens if you just leave him behind?
If you just leave him behind, you don't get him. That's it. And here's the thing too, like I said, there are others that you can recruit to your cause, one at a time. If you have Grant and decide to recruit somebody else, you lose Grant. Obviously. But now we also know Grant's goal, which is apparently Dracula destroyed his family. So he is now out for revenge to redeem his family, the Dynasties. I can never say it right.
You killed my family. Prepare to die.
Exactly. He really is Inigo Montoya in this story. You killed my father. Prepare to die. And obviously the intro level to Grant is just to make your way back down the clock tower, because he has a little bit easier time of it. First of all, he can jump a little higher, jump a little farther. He can also fall a little farther. I can't talk today. I don't know why. And now we're just gonna go ahead and kill ourselves, because I forgot that trying to grab the side is really hard. I'll admit, Grant's mechanics to me, like, I know a lot of people who love Grant. Grant is, like, the best thing in this game ever. I am not one of them. I actually don't like Grant all that much. But I will say he's interesting enough that he's helpful. Okay, so now we're down here. This time, we're just gonna take the stairs. Oh yeah, we don't have to deal with you. We're just gonna go ahead and go here, go up the stairs. Instant checkpoint. You get to cheat a little bit with Grant on the way down. Oh, and here comes not my favorite part, because you could screw this up really easy with Grant.
Bottomless pits, I take it.
Yep. Down the stairs. And now this part is not horrible, but you can't get yourself stuck like that.
When you crawl, it looks like, you look like you're Gollum or something.
That's kind of what he looks like, yeah. I think it was really just because he was supposed to look kind of like a hunchback character, or a shady thief kind of thing. And that's what he kind of is. As you can tell, he's got a dagger. He's supposed to be kind of the shady thief character. We're gonna go ahead and drop like that. I'm just being careful, because you never know. There could be a pit right below you. No, 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 no. Whee! Drop down. And this is actually the end, because we're coming up on the first door. So yay, we made it through as Grant! Ladies and gentlemen, Grant Dynasty. Yes, Trevor is a unique Belmont in the fact that he actually received assistance from several characters. So, now that we've done that, we actually don't have a choice in this path. We're basically taking the other fork in the road. That was completely optional. You could decide not to get Grant, but we were going to get him. So now we're in swamps. Swampland. Oh no, the owls are coming to attack us! And then here's a new weapon. At least I don't think it was in the first game. The Crossarang. That's not what it's called. I just call it the Crossarang. Which will be very helpful with these owls. Keep on moving forward. Oh my gosh. Okay. First checkpoint. So what are you thinking of the music in this game, Alex? Since obviously, like I've told you numerous times, the music is really what you need to take away from Castlevania.
The music's alright. I think I'm a little more partial to the music from Simon's Quest.
You like Bloody Tears?
Yes.
Yeah, I actually think at one point they do a Bloody Tears rendition in this game, but the best one is actually from the first Super Nintendo game, Super Castlevania 4, when we get a 16-bit version of Bloody Tears. And look, it's all the mist and lightning. Occasionally it does that. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we walk through here, and we get another choice. We can choose to go into this kind of shrine area, or we can go into the deep, murky swamp. Now, believe it or not, this is actually not a character. This is halfway a character choice. The other half is a difficulty choice. You get to choose the difficulty of the game, and by going down this path, we have upped the difficulty of the game.
We're going into the swamp.
We're going into the swamp with ginormous toads. Yes, I'm going to be honest with people right now. This actually took a couple of playthroughs to complete. Why? Because there are different levels for each difficulty and for each character. So...
I take it you can sync.
Yes, you can. So what I did for the first time is I actually tried to take on the harder levels, or the hardest difficulty, and then we're going to loop around to the lesser difficulties.
Actually surprised that wasn't an instant kill.
You'd be surprised. I get pretty lucky in this game. At least until I got to the hardest level of the game, and then all my luck went away. And now we have to deal with...
Swamp Thing.
Yep. Creatures from the Black Lagoon.
Fuck.
Funny, because this music kind of reminds me of Silpho. A little bit.
A little bit.
Or Grimers.
Baby! Baby! Ooh, look, holy water! How long will it take for me to lose it? See? It's bats!
There's so many games gotta have bats!
What's your thing against bats? Bats are scary. They terrify me.
Bats frighten me. It's time the world share my dread.
I love it. Our Christian Bale has just evolved into... Okay, so now that we're making our way back through... And we got our holy water back! Yay! Except I want my whip upgrade back. Come on. So see, you can die. No! Dang it! Stupid bat! No! You stupid bat! Stop it! Ah!
Not having luck there.
I want my whip upgrade! Alright, now I have my whip upgrade. And here's a new enemy, the Ghost. So, at this point, they are kind of a multiple hit enemy, and they will annoy you endlessly until you kill them.
There's all these hearts. Too bad they were not your health upgrade there.
You would think that would be the case, but welcome to Castlevania. They're sub-weapons.
Yes, Castlevania, where chicken found in walls is your health upgrade.
And where in the second game, hearts were currency. Yes, I will give you 13 hearts. That's kind of a creepy image, isn't it?
Yes.
No! No! Yeah, I kind of knew that was going to happen. And that's actually another new enemy, too. The Whip Skeleton, which actually, to my knowledge, did not make it to later Castlevania games. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this week. So when we get back, we're going to continue trudging through this horrible, horrible swamp.
Oh,
but in the
boy.
meantime, we're Drak and Shadow.